Hi, it's James from Tabletop Gaming Guild, and today we're going to take a look at Casinopolis, which is going to be in the Opolis line. And some of them we were trying to build the best city, some of them we were trying to build the best farmland, and so on. In this one, you're going to be trying to build the best grouping of casinos along a strip. So this game here is going to be able to play between 1 to 4 players and is published by Button Shy Games, which makes 18 card games that are highly portable and easy to take anywhere you go. We're going to go ahead down to the table here. I'm going to show you how to play Casinopolis, and then we're going to come back and I'm going to give you my final thoughts. Alright, so this is Casinopolis. In the game of Casinopolis, you're going to hear the chimes, whistles, and bells and clank of money changing hands, and the joy of victory and the agony of defeat are full on display in the casino. Build up the strip with new hot betting parlors and turn this town into a gambling haven. Now you can play this game solo or up to 4 players. We're going to show you multiplayer first. There's actually not much difference in the solo game, which we'll jump into right after that. But basically what you're going to do is you're going to shuffle up this deck. You're going to place out 3 cards here. These 3 cards are going to be how you're going to do some of the scoring for the game and how many points you need to get by the end of the game here. Now, this is going to be 4 plus 12 here. This is the top left. It's going to tell you how many points you need to get. So 4 plus 12, 16, plus 11. I need to get 27 points at least to win the game. Also, this is going to show some ways that we can gain points in the game. And you're looking to gain these chips in here. And this one here, you're going for every 2 road sections of strip that pass through the medieval blocks. So this one here, medieval is going to be blue. Yellow in the game here is going to be Egyptian, and red is going to be Roman. So that's one way of gaining chips. Another way of gaining chips here is we're looking for rows with at least 3 blocks with no resorts. So we're going to be looking for no resort symbol on there so we can go ahead and gain those points for each row and column. This one here, we're looking for all 4 luck symbols, 4 luck icons that can be identical in one casino block. Now, casino blocks are going to be any adjacent matching colored segments in the game. So that's one way we're going to gain those chips to gain points at the end of the game, and we're going to need 27 points to win the game. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to flip this on this side, and we're going to shuffle this up again. We're going to give 3 color cards to the first player, whoever side the first player is going to be, and we're going to give 1 card to each other player. Now, I'm going to flip these over so you can see them, but other players aren't supposed to do that, so you're not supposed to be able to see them. You can communicate in any way you want, but you can't show them the cards. So I'm going to place 1 off the top of the deck here as the starting location for the game, and the rest of these will be put off to the side here, and we're going to use that as our draw deck. We're going to start with the first player. The first player is going to look at their 3 cards and place 1 out. Once they've done that, they're going to take the remaining 2 and place them to and hand them to the next player, and then draw a card. So we're going to take a look, and for placement rules, we need to make sure that we're not going to be diagonal, so we can't do that. And we can cover over other cards if we want. And we're looking at a couple different things. So what are the things that are very important in the game and the concepts that are important in the game? So one of the really important concepts in the game here is going to be blocks and casinos and roads. So roads are going to be negative points at the end of the game, which is not great. And we're also trying to create the strip, which is the longest road, which we can gain points on. In addition to that, these little symbols here that are available in the game, there's 6 different symbols. There's 3 fruit and 3 luck symbols. These symbols, if we get 3 identical ones in a row, we get jackpots in the game. So something like this could be helpful potentially, because I got 2, and later on we can maybe cover over another section here to get 3 in a row. So that's something to think about. Also, casinos. So if I place this here, this yellow is going to be a larger casino now, or I could do it like this, and this red would be a larger casino. We're also going to need to consider the different scorings that are on the top there for gaining the points in the game itself. But we can overlap the card in any way we want, but we can't do it like diagonal like this. We can have something like this going where we have gaps here. That's fine in the future, like that, so we can have a permanent gap there. That's okay. I'm not sure that's a great idea strategically in the game. but you can do it. I can't remember which one was the first one. But anyway, so I'd pick a tile. I would go ahead and place that. So I'll do 2 horseshoes here. Then I'll place these 2 cards to the player on my left. So we'll go clockwise would be this player, and then I draw another card. This player would take a look at their cards here, pick one, and place it out. So maybe I'll be like, okay, well, I see what you're doing there. And you can do any amount of table talk that you want, and be like, well, I could make a longer road here, or I could place this here for now and make a giant casino. And then I would pass these 2 cards over the player to my left and draw a card. And we're going to continue on doing this until we run out of cards. Once we run out of the cards and all the cards have been placed out on the tableau there, we're going to go to final scoring here. Now the final scoring is going to hit a couple different things. You're going to score 1 point for your largest casino blocks. So there's 3 different casinos. Again, yellow's Egyptian, blue's medieval, and red's Roman. So in this case, which we would have a much larger board, so I'll put one out here and maybe something like this, and maybe something like that. Okay. So we take a look at the board. This is definitely my largest grouping in yellow, so it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. This is my largest group of blue, so I get 3 points for that, and my largest group of red, so I get 2 points for that. We're going to take a look at any jackpots. So let's see if we can make a jackpot here. So let's say we had this lining here. So any road that I have 3 symbols that match here, I'm going to gain a jackpot. And I'm going to score 1 point per icon in each of the jackpots. So there's 3 or more. So in this case, this would be 3 points. But if it was larger, you could gain more, depending. So this little horseshoe here would give me 3 points. Now, one thing I didn't mention for placement, as though you can go over top, you can never go under. Just to remind you, you can only go over top. So that's for placement. But additional scoring here, you're going to score points for each of the 3 scoring conditions. You're going to score 1 point each time you achieve a 1-chip scoring condition, and 2 points for each time you achieve a 2-chip scoring condition, and so on. These are all 1 chips up here, but we're going to look at that and see how many times you score, and we're going to go ahead and add that in. Then we're going to subtract 1 point for each of the roads, including the strip. So in this case, this is the strip, but I would lose 1, 2, 3, I don't know how I had that, 4, 5, 6, 7 points. So you lose 7 points there. You're going to add up that score and see if you beat the score that you needed. In this case, we projected for 27 points. If you did, you won. If you didn't, you lose. Now, solo play is pretty straight up. It's going to be identical to the cooperative game, except you have a hand of 3 cards to work with each turn. After placing a card, draw a new card, and take your next turn. So the only real difference between the cooperative and the solo mode, again, is that you're the first player, but you don't hand your cards over. So I would play 1 card, draw a card, and so on, and go through until the deck ran out and did the scoring. So that's going to be how you're going to play Casinopolis. Let's go ahead back up the table here, and I'll give you my final thoughts on the game. All right, so that was Casinopolis. Now, this is a prototype. So remember that this game here is subject to change. Some of the rules might have changed from what I explained earlier, and some of the components like arts and stuff and some of the layouts of the card may change. But overall, that should give you the idea of what Casinopolis is in the Opolis line. So I have no doubt that the component quality is going to be the same great component quality that you get with any of the other button shy games. So I have no worries there. The gameplay itself, if you like the Opolis line, this game is definitely going to be up for great for you. If you've never played Opolis before, any of the Opolis lines, Casinopolis is a good entry to it. It has some pretty cool different things in it. I really like the jackpot idea where you're trying to have 3 identical or more symbols on a road. That actually adds an extra flair to the game. I really appreciate that. I think that's really cool. The scoring goal cards seem to be very obtainable on there, so but also easy to ruin, so that is another layer on there. And there's a huge, if you've ever played in the Opolis lines, there's a huge number of replayability because all 18 cards have a different goal on the back. So you're going to have 3 different each game. So the games are going to have a lot of different feels between them. Now let's get into my general things with the Opolis line. So I think this is a great solo game. And Bunshai makes amazing solo games, and I'm not a solo game player. I think this is a really good solo game that's really fun to play and bring out and just go through when you have some downtime, because you can go through it pretty quick. Now for multiplayers, it's a little mixed bag for me. I do think that it's fun. I think this might be great 2-player is best for multiplayer. 4-player, I'm not sure. It's fun, still fun, but I'm not sure I'm really going to be, if I have 4 people at the table, I'm going to really be bringing this out. But if I have 2 people or I'm by myself, this is going to be a game that I bring out. Again, remember, this is a prototype. I really think this is one of my favorite of the Opolis lines, and I think this will get a lot of play, and I can't wait to see the final version of Casinopolis. So that's my thoughts on it. If you like what we do, please like and subscribe. It really helps us out a lot. We like to try to get more content out to you guys, get better equipment, and bring up the quality of the videos. So we really appreciate that. But either way, I hope you all have a great day, and thank you for watching.